President Gianni Infantino.
Well, thank you so much indeed. Welcome to everyone here in Davos. Welcome in particular to this meeting, which is the kick-off meeting of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And this is, of course, the official ball of the FIFA World Cup. So we have to bring this ball on the 11th of June to Mexico City to kick off a series of 104 matches to determine then on the 19th of July in New York, New Jersey, who will be the world champion. And we are here to speak, of course, as well about football. And I'm asked to say a few opening remarks. I don't want to exaggerate, of course, because there are two incredible legends that you will prefer to listen to rather than me. We have a world champion and we have an invincible, so I mean, it cannot get better. And for all the others who are here, congratulations to everyone. Congratulations because you are participating to this year's best meeting at the World Economic Forum. Congratulations. It is special because we have a lot of magic in this meeting. We see this trophy. This is, of course, the FIFA World Cup trophy. It's the winner's trophy. So this trophy will be handed out on the 19th of July to the captain of the team who will win the World Cup. I will give it together with the President of the United States, the host country of the final. And maybe for the little anecdote and for all of you to know, nobody can touch this trophy, right? Only those who win it, or indeed the FIFA President, because he has to give it to the winner. So when I was young, I mean much younger than now, I'm still young, so when I was younger than now, I figured out pretty quickly that my football skills wouldn't ever allow me to touch this trophy as a winner of the World Cup. I had to find, therefore, another way to touch it, and I decided to become FIFA president so I could finally as well have the privilege and the honor to touch this magic trophy, which is the most iconic trophy in world sport. It is truly magic, and what I say to everyone in the world, because you have only one country which is world champion, but all the others, they can become world champion as well with all the work that they are doing for children, boys and girls. And why? Because, let me come back to this. Because this is also magic. You would think this is a ball, right? Well, that's not a ball. This is not a ball. This is actually, let me show you. Well, you see, this is a magic instrument that transforms people in happy people. Again, look how he's smiling, you see? Immediately. He was serious, he gets the ball. Give the ball around a little bit to the crowd, and you will see it transforms people in happy people. This is what this strange instrument does. And children, the children's face become happy, and adults become children, and they start playing, passing the ball. Look, the smiles all over the room. This is fantastic. This is beautiful. And this is something that we are forgetting, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, in these particular times. We forget to be happy, to be joyful. Everyone has its own problems, issues in life. And with football, we want to give to communities all over the world. FIFA has 211 countries which are members of FIFA. We want to give them a moment of joy and happiness. When a child kicks a ball, when an adult kicks a ball, they don't think about their issues and their problems in life. And we have always to remember that. So you can pass it as well to the other side of the... We want the whole room to be happy, huh? We want everyone to be happy, not just one part. Football is the most democratic sport as well, and we unite the world. We are uniting the world with the World Cup, of course, and this World Cup will be truly special. This is the World Economic Forum, so I have to, of course, say as well a couple of economic things. So the economic impact, nobody cares about these things, but they are real. The economic impact of the World Cup is around $80 billion, and this is not FIFA saying it, this is World Trade Organization saying it. It's 825 full-time jobs, permanent full-time jobs created for salaries of over 20 billion. It is a great impact, of course, in the three host countries, United States, Canada, and Mexico. Three countries that were bidding together to get the World Cup in a time when there were discussions about building walls between Mexico and the United States, while during this period, those countries were working together in a joint bid to host the World Cup. This says it all about the magic of this ball and of this trophy. But the World Cup will be truly special as well, because it is the first one with 48 teams, 48 countries, a quarter of the world. FIFA has 211 countries, more than the UN, who are part of FIFA. They will play 104 matches in 16 beautiful host cities in these three countries. And what is interesting is that the attention for these matches is absolutely incredible. In numbers, this means that we will have 7 million spectators in the stadiums, and we'll have around 6 billion people all over the world watching the World Cup. This means 104 matches in 1 month. For the Americans here in the room, this means like 104 Super Bowls in 1 month, because every match of the World Cup is like, or even more than a Super Bowl, objectively, by looking at the figures. But on top of that, you can be sure that during a World Cup match, the world stands still. So, I don't know, I give you an example. If Brazil plays, the whole of Brazil will be watching their match on TV, so there will be no crimes in Brazil during the 90 minutes. The police is very happy because they are watching the matches as well, actually. So they wouldn't even have time. But there is no crime committed. Don't get sick. If you are in Brazil during the World Cup, try not to get sick, because if you have to go to the hospital, it will be closed, because everyone will be watching the World Cup. So the world stands still because the World Cup and football has really an impact on the lives, on the moods of people like anything else. There is nothing anywhere close to what football does. It changes the mood, not just of people, but of countries. I had heads of state in certain countries who were telling me when in November the qualifications finished, they were calling me and telling me, Gianni, thanks God we qualified, so at least I have peace in my country and no civil wars until June, when the World Cup starts, because it unites countries, and we want to unite the world. And we have seen that we need occasions to bring people together. We have seen it in Qatar in 2022. There were a lot of critics, of course, before the World Cup, when the ball started rolling and the magic started, and it was a wonderful, wonderful World Cup. We had virtually no incidents. For the first time in history, also, no Brit was arrested during a World Cup. Imagine, this is something really, really special. So it was a celebration, it was a party, and the next one in United States, Canada, and Mexico will be exactly the same. People, they want occasions to meet, to come together, to spend time, to celebrate, and this is what we try to give them. We try to give them this emotion. Today, that's what is missing. Of course, we live in a divided world, and of course, we support peace. We have seen earlier this morning the Board of Peace with President Trump signing this agreement, this declaration. There is full support from FIFA to President Trump, to all the members of the Board of Peace, because we all have to support peace, we all have to unite, and we bring people together. Now for the World Cup, as I was saying, we have around 7 million tickets for sale, and I want to give you just one more number. And that one more number is the number of ticket requests we received. We started 4 weeks ago for a 1 month, basically, ticket sales phase. After that 1 month, our plan was, well, those who ask for a ticket will get a ticket. If we receive more demands than tickets, we'll have to make a draw to see who gets the tickets. Normally, you get maybe, in the past it was like 3 million tickets. This time we have 7 million because we have bigger stadiums. Normally you get like 7, 8, 9, 10 million ticket requests, mostly for the final, of course, so you have to make some draws for some games. This time we received over 500 million ticket requests. 500 million ticket requests. 500 million ticket requests. I mean, this is something not, and the tickets are not cheap. The tickets are not cheap. We were hammered, I was hammered, I should say, because of the ticket prices, because they are so expensive. And the main critics were from Germany and England, of course. Now, number one in ticket requests is US, number 2 Germany, number 3 England. Because everyone wants to come and to participate. And now in the US, it is perfectly legal to resell tickets on resale platforms. And there is a law for that, so we have to, of course, allow that. So you can be sure that these tickets, for which we'll have to make a draw, I mean, every game will be sold out, because we have 500 million ticket requests. Those tickets will probably be resold at even higher prices. And this is incredible, but it shows really the impact that it has. To give you another number to compare this, in 100 years of World Cup history, the first World Cup was in 1930. In almost 100 years of World Cup history, FIFA sold around 50 million tickets in total. 50 million in 100 years. Now, for this World Cup, in 4 weeks, we have the request for 1,000 years of World Cups at once. This is unique, it's incredible, but I think it shows really that people have trust in the organization, probably trust in FIFA as well, trust in Canada, Mexico, the United States. They want to travel, they want to go, they want to feel, they want to be together. We received ticket requests from all our 211 countries, from all over the world. Those persons who will purchase tickets, they have what we agreed with the American administration, a FIFA pass, so they can go to get their visa in a fast track process, so to say. So all the things that we read around are absolutely not true when it comes to the World Cup, because America, and when I say America, I speak about the United States, about Canada, and about Mexico, will welcome the world next summer. And this is what we are looking forward to. It will be the greatest celebration of humanity. It will be the greatest, not just sports events, but the greatest show that our planet has ever seen and probably will ever see. There will be 7 million ticket holders who come to North America, but there will be many, many more millions who come just to feel the vibe of the World Cup. And we hope that the stages and the stadiums will be prepared to let the real actors of the World Cup, the players who will become legends when they stop playing, for them to shine. Our job is to prepare the stage, and their job is to shine on the stage. So with this in mind, I wish you all a great, great World Cup year. Happy World Cup year. Enjoy the best session ever at the World Economic Forum, at least for this year. Next year we'll make a better one even. And thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gianni, for your incredibly inspiring words. And as we've heard, it's going to be the biggest year for football. The FIFA World Cup 2026 is going to be a monumental event, the greatest show on the planet, as you've just said. For 39 days, from the 11th of June to the 19th of July, billions around the world will be gripped by what happens in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Now, long after the final whistle of the FIFA World Cup trophy has been lifted by the champions, England, the champions, those champions, the tournament's impact will be felt globally as FIFA uses the revenues to grow the game. So, with that, it's a great privilege for me and an honour to introduce to you two legends of the game who have unique insight into that very special FIFA World Cup effect. Please now welcome to the stage a FIFA World Cup winner with Italy in 2006, Alessandro Del Piero. And the legendary coach and now FIFA's Chief of Global Football Development is Mr. Arsene Wenger. Alessandro, Arsene, thank you so much for joining me here at the World Economic Forum. Alessandro, I'll start with you. You lifted this trophy in Berlin after an incredible final in 2006, no doubt leaving many Italians dreaming of doing the same. Can I ask you, first of all, what that feeling was like?
Okay, good evening, everybody. It's quite not difficult, but you know, we probably have more time to explain how big lifting the trophy and winning the World Cup means for me, for every football players, I guess, and for the fans as well. I mean, first of all, is you feel complete. You feel complete as a footballer, of course, and also as a human being. I'm saying both because, you know, I start playing because I have passion for football, okay? So my only focus was playing football, even though I have to say that I need to go to school and be a good student and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's part of the journey, but football was in my mind, stick in my mind, you know, try to become a football player, but just enjoy. And then as soon as you grow up, you understand, of course, different things. And then you start dreaming to play the World Cup. So, and then you start to become professional, and every part of your life is based of what you have to do regarding to become a better football player. You need to grow also as a human being. So your life is going to be affected of that. Your friendship is going to be affected, especially in a young age. You need to make some sort of sacrifice, you know, in order to achieve what you want to achieve. And your family members, they need to be with you, supporting you. Sometimes when you lose the games, I'm very, you know, annoying person, so they need to support me. So that journey is a human being journey, not only a footballer journey. And reaching the top, lifting the most important and iconic trophy that the football player can even achieve. It's you know, I say it complete because I don't feel any other words more than that. And of course, there's joy. There's you think about what happened in your career and all the bad things that happen, all the good things that happen. But that is an explosion of everything inside you, and that's the beauty of that.
Alessandro, you were talking about having the passion for football as a young boy, but who inspired you when you were watching the FIFA World Cups as you were growing up?
Well, I was looking, we didn't have at that time so many media, you know, so especially videos. So we have a few things that happened during the week. And, but when I grew up, of course, when I was 8, Italy became a world champion in 1982. Yes. So that was actually my first World Cup, watching my first World Cup with family members, you know, in Italy. We have a carry on together, families, friends, you know, 50, 60 people in the same room watching the game. And I didn't quite understand what's going on. I felt that was important. Then as soon as we reached, you know, quarterfinal, semi-final, I understand even more and more. And then we reached the final and we won. I say, we went on the streets, we celebrate with the flags. My mom helped me to make homemade flags, so with a green, white, and of course red color. And I went on the bush, I'm living outside, you know, in the countryside. So I went on the bush to find the right bamboo in order to put the flags on. So that's the kind of thing that I was growing up. And that's, yeah, that's probably, you know, my first memory of the World Cup was an amazing one. Then the next one and the following one are quite different, but the first one we won. I mean, what better start than that?
Alessandro, thank you so much. Okay. And Arsene, when you hear what Alessandro has to say, it's clear that the Football World Cup is not just a football tournament.
Yeah, it's much more.
Yeah.
He just explained that. I think he played at Juventus. When he played at Juventus, all the people from Inter Milan or AC Milan hated him. But suddenly, when you play for your country, everybody's behind you.
Yes.
And loves you and pushes for you. So it's the unusual thing in that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I would say you suddenly became... I liked the way he explained it. It's quite simple. He grew up loving the game, and suddenly he's at world stage and plays football just because he loved the game and was talented. But suddenly you represent the pride of your country. But as well you're under stress because you have as well the fear to lose and to disappoint your country and to potentially humiliate your country. You know, so it is, you need that strength to manage that sudden responsibility to carry the pride of a whole country on your shoulders. And usually in the national teams, you need players who can absorb that pressure and can carry it. And most of the time, it is the big players who represent that generation.
Well, Arsene, what's interesting, 2026, it'll be the first time that there'll be 48 teams. How key is it, do you think, for the young players to see the world's best players in action, to inspire them to develop their own game, or maybe even just to start to play?
Well, our president explained that 100 years ago, you know, you had 13 teams playing in the first World Cup. And it shows, for me, it shows football development. I'm now in football development, and I realize how big football has become in the world when you speak about the number of tickets people want. You cannot imagine, I travel all over the world, everywhere, football has become the most important thing people talk about. Yeah. And so to me, for a long time, it was a confidential competition between Europe and South America. We had to open it to the world, you know, and I think it's a minimum we could do is to open to more African countries, more Asian countries, because you want football to be strong everywhere. And now, if you project yourself in 100 years, you would think it's everybody should be in a position to potentially win the World Cup. And that's why I believe this was a very important step to move from 32 to 48. And I'm keen to see what will happen, but the World Cup, for me, I love it always in the first 2 weeks, because everybody, the whole world is there, proud to represent their country, but as well there's a feeling that we are all together. So many countries are together, they meet each other in the street. It's really a little bit more celebration than competition in the first part of a competition, and that is absolutely amazing to see.
Arsene, what do you think it is about football that unites countries, unites people, and cuts through everything?
Well, overall, the fact that everybody loves to win in life. I've not met many people who love to lose, and to win together makes the countries proud of being together, because when I told you, you represent the values of your country and the strengths of your country, the determination of your country, and as well the unity of your country, because you play together. And I must say, if we talk about it later, this World Cup will be more than ever a mental test for the teams.
Why do you say that?
Because, like Gianni explained, that you have 104 games. And as well, when you come out of a group stage, we have 4 knockout games before you go to the final. That means the stamina, the mental stamina you need to win 4 times in a direct knockout and stay 1 more week together and then win the final will be a real mental test, more than everybody can imagine, because this is really tough, you know. And on that front, I'm convinced that you will have 2 characteristics in this World Cup, is how the coaches, the staff around the team will prepare the team mentally to stay together for such a long time and motivated. But as well, on the technical front, I imagine that you cannot win 4 knockout games without going through a penalty shootout. So at least once certainly will be confronted with that. So that will be the mental factor as well, technically, will be very important.
As one of the best coaches in history, what would your advice be?
My advice, first of all, I've never managed a national team, so I'm not a big specialist of that. But it is to have a good communication, to maybe, I feel at the top level competition, it's always very important to alternate high level of concentration with relaxation.
Yeah.
And to find that balance in a long period will be very important for the coaches, for example. Bring the families in at some stage,
yes,
get them out again, and alternate well, mix well the high period of concentration with a good period of relaxation.
Alessandro, what helped you, do you think, in preparation for such pressurized games?
Well, I mean, Arsene explained a lot of things that, happen not only as a coach side, but also as a footballer side. Concentration, of course. But the journey in order to arrive to the game and to prepare a World Cup, it's a long one. I really love it. I remember one of the first things that Lippi told us, the first time that he got in charge was 2 years before. So we prepared the qualification. So we say, this is where our World Cups start. So, and you feel that growing, during the qualification, during that year, and then you reach finally the thing. So you need to be able to set up everything in that way. Everyone is different than each other, Someone needs family support, someone need to be by themselves, someone need to listen rock music, some other, lyrics. Important thing is what Arsene say, that is one of the most important thing for me is the word balance. Because we are playing team sports, so you need to balance your effort with the effort of your teammates. You need to put that effort in the same way. You need to balance the time that you dedicate to yourself. You cannot be so much selfish, but to be selfish is good because you pretend more from yourself. So balance your ego is very important, and we can go on and on.
Yes.
but then you are in a team sport. So the balance that happens in the team sports in terms of chemistry, in terms of health, in terms of, be good in penalties, what you need. You need to be strong when you have to defense and understand that it's a moment that the other one is better than you. And you need to take responsibility and step up when some moment during the game or during the preparation as well. Happen so many things on the locker room and on the training ground that need to be settled down in the proper way. And sometimes you need only to let them go and see. We call fate. It's not a real fate at the end. It's the way that we settle things before, and then they dive in where you want. And of course, you need some magic. You need to trust. You need to have hope. You need to think about things. You need to pray. If you want to pray, there's many ways. I give you a small example how, and this we connect with football as well. One of my last experience was in India. I played for 3 months, and the team was creating in a very particular way. So we have Indian guys, half of the team, and then we have foreign guys. We have on that team we have 12 different country guys. Country guy is not the right thing to me. Italians, Serbian, and all the parts of the world. Yes. So 12 different, with 5 different religions. So before the game, the first game, I saw a lot of games. I played 700 games. I won the World Cup. I saw everything, And then at some point before the game, 5 minutes before, I saw these guys, everybody were concentrating in their own, with their God, with their culture. And that was, I stopped for a minute and I say, wow, that's beautiful. That's how team sports, and specific football, how they put people together. And we were on the same team. And then we end up outside to play the game to win together. So that balance, it can happen, in different ways and in different vibes. So it's, for me, it's like this.
And Alessandro, I'm sure that you hope Italy will be at the World Cup. What can you tell us about the benefits for some of the younger players, for their development, to be part of such a tournament? Because it is, as you say, such a special experience.
Exactly, special experience, and you need to go with open eyes and ready to listen, and with a humble and understand what's going on, because every experience is so important. And we also, and I'm dealing also with the youngest, probably coach here can say the same, now we have become more and more worried about mistakes and how I look in front of the people with social media, with other stuff. I need to be looking good, okay? I need to be happy, I need to be there, That's true. I did it sometimes, most of the time. So I did it as well, You have that mentality. Everything brought you there.
Yes.
But as a young player, you need to understand that making mistakes is also good. And you are able, and you need to make mistakes in order to grow up. You need to lose game in order to win games. Sometimes when hit you the most is the one that make you grow. And you learn much more from defeats than from wins. And that's a part of the answer that I want to give you is that one, especially for youngest one, because they're going to face something huge that they cannot imagine, like I did, So it's the experience with the fans, with the travels, with the organization. It's a super high level and demanding. So that's why it's very important to have a good coach, a good organization, and good people good people ready to listen and to learn. That's my advice.
Thank you, Alessandro. Arsene, how do players develop and benefit from playing on the world stage, but not only in relation to the World Cup, but also to FIFA's entire tournament history, do you think?
Well, you need role models,
yes.
you know, and for young players it's very important to have role models. But the coach has a part to play by identifying. When I saw a young player, I looked how, you know, what are his qualities? Is he looking like Del Piero? Then I would tell him, look at Del Piero. He's a player, you have similar qualities. And the advantage of a role model is they continue to practice when they're out of a training session. Because they play alone and they look at the players who have similar qualities and they develop by watching them. So when you watch a World Cup, of course, they look at the players, I would like to look like him. And so the advice you could sometimes give to a player, no, that's not you. Look rather at him. He can help you to become, to develop your qualities. And I liked what Alessandro said. You know, in competitive sport, the fear is the mother of all evil. Yeah. And especially at the young stage, because football has become so important, at the young coaches, I always tell them, get the young players, get them